We're live. We're doing it,
This
DJ.
is it.
We are live streaming on YouTube. No, I moved it. We are good. All right, let me put my headphones on. I wasn't expecting this to work. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Film Vomit Podcast. We are live for the first time, which is odd because I don't have the rest of the videos up. I really wasn't expecting this to work. All right, DJ. Well, today we are talking about
Halloween 5.
The Revenge of Michael Myers, which, oddly enough, that tagline is not even used.
Just the Halloween 5.
Just the video that put on The Revenge of Michael Myers. All right, so let's just go ahead and let's jump right into it. Wow.
All right.
This is awesome that we're getting to do this right now. So Halloween 5 picks up with a reshot recap of Halloween 4.
Just like Halloween 2 did with Halloween 1.
Yes.
They decided to change.
They changed up a lot here
Yeah.
because he falls through the little mine shaft thing, just like it did in the fourth movie. And then
But in this, it's like there's a little, they're chasing after him almost.
like they drop the dynamite down and he's crawling out and he dodges the dynamite. And we get this stupid fucking clip of him
Floating down.
floating down the river. I don't want to see Michael Myers floating. That's weird. It's really weird.
It was unnecessary.
He did not need it.
At all.
We did not need it whatsoever.
You could just, they didn't need to reshoot that at all. I feel like you could have just left it and picked up. We're like, oh, we never found him.
It's not like they do a good job of explaining other shit anyway. You might
No,
as well
they
just
don't.
do that. Like, we got fucking wet Michael Myers going down Splash Mountain for fucking 20 seconds. I was so pissed. Like, I hate that opening. That's my least favorite Halloween opening. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
That is saying something. That is a very distinct thing. So then Michael Myers is, for some reason, unbeknownst to me, taken care of by this guy.
So not only to kill the guy,
Yeah, he goes to strangle him and then
and then
collapses.
collapses and
And this
passes
dude's
out.
like, "How I'll just keep this
Like-
guy alive?"
I'll take care of him.
Like, okay, if you try
Why?
to strangle me,
I'm not going to take care of you.
exactly. It's so weird. It's so
Like at
freaking
that
weird.
point, I'm either gonna let you die or call the cops, which I know he's like
Yes.
supposed to be like some type of what's the word I'm looking for? Outdoorsman type. You know, he lives off the land out there. That's all. He strictly lives off the land. Doesn't have a job from what it looks like. Lives off the land, hunts, takes care of himself. I might as well just bury him in the backyard. Bury Michael alive. Just do it. I mean,
Yeah, he lives basically in like a little shack in a cave.
really
Like it's
crappy shack.
really weird. Very small area.
Very.
So then Michael wakes up
A year later. To
a
the
year
day
later, like
almost.
to the, it would be
The
about
day, a
Halloween
few
time,
hours, yeah.
like a couple days before a
Right.
year. And he's got no mask on because this guy took his mask off.
Right. The part it's like how so was he in coma that whole time?
I'm assuming that's what they're. Nothing is ever really
What
stated for
nutri-
sure.
See, that's the thing. What nutrition did he get? Did he eat? Did he kind of like this?
Yeah.
Means like if he was like capable of eating and so on and so forth in that year span, and he just decided to not kill that guy, and then decided to kill him out of nowhere.
Exactly.
There's
Like-
there's way too many holes.
It's like they were gonna do something but didn't,
Almost,
and
yeah.
it just became lazy writing and whatnot. Because like I know they were gonna film him, like the guy has an obsession with Michael Myers and cultism and shit.
They were gonna do that exactly,
But they never followed. They never did it.
No.
But they left this in the script. Like, if you were
It's-
gonna take that out, take this whole scene out
Exactly.
and make a new scene.
It makes no sense.
Just to really,
Because that just kind of like that would have been different. If
Yes.
they made him the fault, like, oh, this is
yeah,
kind of like his, or once he realized who he was, he started worshiping him. But it was just kind of
pointless.
exactly.
There'll be a lot of things in this movie that are perceived as. So then Michael Myers wakes up and we actually see his face.
For a very
For-
brief.
Yes, but like, and it's in the background, but like,
And I think
I zoned
couldn't
right in on it.
I couldn't see it. Like
I
I mean, I
zoned
could
in on it.
see like it was a shape. It was a shape.
I saw his face.
I didn't see
I could.
that well. But I have,
And,
you know,
and Don
terrible
Shanks
eyesight.
is playing Michael Myers here. and he is the first and only how was it African American, Indian American,
Yes.
like
to play.
Native American,
Native
is the
American, there you
word, the term I was looking for, to play Michael Myers.
Mhm.
And he puts his mask on, which is visibly different mask because Don
I'm not
Shanks is a lot
into
bigger than
this,
George P.
yeah.
Wilbur, so they had to get a bigger mask.
It's a completely different mask.
But
on
it just seems
all.
like it's looser fitting and a little darker.
Well, if I'm guessing, because I have no proof, but if I'm guessing, since the other mask was too small, they're probably like, oh, we'll get this one a little
Like,
extra
get a
bigger,
little-
and then it was just a little bit too big, so they just left it anyways.
Like it looks really loose.
Yeah.
And like it's darker, and I don't mind the look of this mask. It's not
No.
a bad looking mask.
It's simple white mask with hair,
Yeah, I'm okay with this one.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm okay with this mask. So he wakes up, he puts the mask on, and he takes this like rock stalagmite type thing and murders the guy who's been taking care of
Yeah.
him for almost a year.
Just
Just because
again, makes no sense.
shits and giggles.
I mean, I
Body
understand
count.
why he killed him, but I don't understand the timing of why he killed him. It's just
Okay, dude, the dude took care of you for like almost a year. Just walk out. You don't have to
I
kill
expect
him.
him to kill him, but if that's the case, if he was asleep or in coma or whatever the whole time, then he should have been basically dead or looked like you.
True, he's very beefy for
Very
being
beefy
out
for being
a
in
year.
a coma for a year.
He's actually a lot stockier than George P. Wilbur
Yes.
too. And then we also see when he's waking up the thorn tattoo on his wrist, which at the time Halloween 5 was being made, they had no idea what that was going to be.
Just like as we will later get to, the Men in Black, they had no idea what the purpose.
They were
of
just
that
like,
was.
well, in the next movie, someone
we'll
will
address
explain.
this.
But there's not the same writers in the
No.
next one. So they're like, somebody will take the time to explain this. It just won't be us.
Well, they probably hoped it would have been.
What
them in this
kind of
movie. This
fucking
movie
writing
was so
is that?
bad they were like, oh well.
Like, who does that?
That's why they didn't write the sixth one. Which honestly, I probably would rather have these guys write the sixth one. than
Yes,
these.
yes. Then what came to fruition in the sixth one? But
I just
who writes a script and goes, the next people
We
will
won't-
explain this? Why put it in if you don't know what it is?
I mean, I get why you put it. I mean, not if you don't know what it is, but if you're gonna put it in, you gotta leave some type
Have
of
some idea.
something in the movie, just kind of like
'Cause-
even at the end, the post-credit scene, which is not way before its time, but something rather than just
Nothing.
and everybody like I myself like I didn't really like it's when I watched, I was just kind of like, all right, what is that? I don't like why they zoom in on it. I don't get it. And then it never came. And then you see it later on in the Man in Black, and then you see it later on in the house on the wall. And it's just kind of like, all right, that's the third time I've seen this.
It
And
must mean something
at the end of the movie, I'm like, all right, what is
Nothing.
where?
You get
what?
nothing.
Nothing.
Because the writers are like, I don't know. It's
Figure
a
it out
thing.
later.
Yeah.
It's just, that was
So lazy.
it was. It's
If
pretty
you
rough.
don't
one.
have an explanation, just don't use it.
No,
If
not
someone
these
later
guys.
can explain it, they can use it in their film. Like it's just when I heard that, I was listening to the commentary when I heard that. And I was like, "What?" Like I audibly yelled, "What?" Because it's like, who? I'm a young filmmaker. I've only done a couple of things.
right.
And writing
You
101,
know.
writing 101, if you're gonna put something in a script,
Know what it is.
know what it is. That way, at the very least, if someone's like, "Hey, what was this?" You can tell them what it is.
It was a cult sign.
Don't
I
do
don't
the
know.
don't do the shitty
Something.
fucking. What do you think it is? It's up to interpretation. Fuck you. You just don't know.
You just have no creativity and you can't come up with any reason for yourself.
Yes, it's so. It makes me
That's
so
That's a
frustrated.
gimp way out, dude. It's a gimp way out.
Let me not take the next 20 minutes just to yell about
Well, no.
writing. So we go to Jamie, who has this. She's having like a seizure
Seizure in a dream.
because
Yeah.
this film tries to drive the point across that her and
connected.
Michael are connected like mentally.
Yeah.
So like if he's murdering somebody, she's like seeing it, I guess.
Yeah, at this point, she was seeing Michael come to life and kill
And
the
kill
guy.
the
that's
guy.
in there and take him. So she starts seizing out, and she's
And
got
so-
machines, and
Yes.
it almost makes it seem like this has happened before. But
Well, because they got
it's-
that thing in her head, and is
Yeah,
it
if
like a
it's-
dream monitor? Because
like-
those are things
yeah.
that monitor your dream
basically,
levels.
yeah, like your brain activity. in your
Yes.
sleep.
So she's got
That's
one
what
of
I
those on,
guessed at least.
and she gets up to scream, and no sound comes out. So we find out that she is selectively, it's called selective mutism.
Yeah.
Like she's chosen not to. Well, the trauma of what has happened has caused her to lose the ability to speak.
It's just weird in a sense too. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
So I get it.
Yes.
That's not bad. I accept that.
Not the most angry thing about this movie.
No, not even close.
This is passable. This is passable.
To me,
Plus, they got Danielle Harris back,
which that's the most. Yeah.
and she does great again.
Yeah, she's good.
Especially with not getting to talk, having to use mostly body language,
Yeah.
and being, I think she was 12.
Right around that. Yeah.
She just turned 11 when she was doing Halloween 4. So and this was a year later. Like this was released the year. Okay, so yeah, she was 12
Real
years
time.
old. Fantastic.
She that's one of the child actors that she did a really good
And
job.
kid actors are very hard to get,
especially in
talented
this
ones.
setting of a movie. You know?
That's true. And she has to basically carry the film.
She does because Ellie Conwell.
We'll get there. I know, bro. I know. We'll get there. So we get her doing all that stuff, and Loomis comes in, and Loomis is batshit crazy in this movie.
Like
man.
he went off the rails in 4,
Yes,
but in 5 it's just completely like the dude is off the chain, nutso.
but do you blame him?
No, I don't.
We're about to go into the.
I don't.
We're about to go into the 4th time he's had to deal with this shit.
I don't blame him. But then again, there's a
Some
point
things
where he's like
he does with Jamie. It's
using
like, calm
her
down,
as bait,
bro.
and I'm like, bro, be a little bit smarter about it.
Something. He's Danny Glover in this film. He is getting too old for this shit, and he's ready to end it. So then we get Rachel from the last movie and her friend Tina coming in, and no acknowledgement that she stabbed their mom.
Later on, there's acknowledgement of it.
Slight, but nobody really acts like it matters.
But it like a big deal. It was like because later on it says he made her stab her mother, and then it was just kind of like, all right, that's the only mentioning of it. But
well, like you think there'd be some resentment, even if it's withheld. But she's just Rachel's giddy in this scene. It's like, why are you so goddamn happy?
Because you kind of have to be. She's got to be.
It's only been a year.
Well,
it's not like.
But also, they're looking at it in the aspect of it wasn't Jamie. It was the traumatization that she went through that caused her to do it. That's how they're looking at it. Like they're not looking at it as like
it wasn't her.
Oh, she's gone crazy.
Maybe she doesn't even have memory of it.
Yeah, which I know. I think she does.
I don't know.
I think she does.
Up to this whole film really is just up to fucking imagination.
Yeah, because they don't leave much.
They don't explain.
They don't address anything hardly.
Okay, but then we meet Tina, who I fucking hate.
I know you hate her, and I don't love her. It's more of just like I deal with her
because we get to see so much of her in this film.
Well, and because of how she went out, basically, that's what.
Dude, I'm telling you.
But up into it,
you'll see in my notes, man.
So no, I'm just gonna come on out. So I'm gonna fast forward straight because I gotta get it out.
You gotta. We're gonna.
I got to.
We're gonna jump. This is Pulp Fiction podcast.
So
we're gonna go all
basically. So we get after all this, Tina, and you got Tina and Rachel and Jamie all in, and then Rachel goes home, and Mike Myers is at the house stalking her. And then after like 15 minutes of stalking, and then Jamie starts seeing again, having these seizures and seeing things. Mike Myers is through the eyes, and Loomis decides to call to ask about Max.
Oh, we're going to this whole scene.
I'm not.
Find notes
dude, I'm not waiting because this is the most irritating. Like
Okay, but then we're gonna have to jump back.
They destroyed the movie. This part right here, they destroyed the movie. What do you got? I'll wait. I'll be patient.
I was like, I got like 10 notes.
I'll be patient.
Okay. TJ just when we get there, he's gonna be mad, but like I'll take it until he gets there. Like I said, Rachel's way too relaxed, doing it. All this. Yes, This is actually I'm right on my notes. All that hoopla, just to kill her way too soon. So go ahead, continue. I didn't know we was right at this part. We're there.
So they kill her. Wait, like
Yeah, okay. So Loomis and the police show up.
The police show up. Loomis doesn't show up to this part. Loomis
Oh,
is
he
at the
doesn't
hospital
matter.
or
Yes,
whatever
yes,
with
yes.
Jamie because Jamie had the little freak out and freaking out about Max. So Loomis calls Rachel,
Yeah.
tells her to check on Max, and Max is gone.
So she goes
and
outside.
at this point, she's butt naked and nothing but a towel.
Yeah.
And she runs outside to her neighbor, who her neighbor just goes, like, it's like all cheery, like she's not even naked. And I'm like, whoa. You know?
And then Max shows up, and the police like,
And then
oh,
they
yeah.
call the cops, and then everything's, and they're like, "Is Max around? No, he's not around." And then Max is running up the street, and Rachel's all
Yeah.
like, "Oh, sorry, my bad."
And then the police like walk out.
When they walk out, they got the
Yeah. So we get these. I'm mad about this one. Let me be mad
You can
here.
be mad. How about it?
There's these two freaking cops,
Biggest idiots in the show.
and they get their own stupid noise. Like they walk out. It's like
Wes Craven's.
why is there a Last House on the Left reference in this film? It doesn't belong in here.
Because maybe the writers love that movie.
They should have made a sequel to Last House on the Left.
Wes.
They
That's
shouldn't
for
have
you.
made this
Maybe they
film.
were buddies with Wes. Maybe Wes was on set and he was like, "Hey, let's get buddy with Wes Craven."
I seriously doubt
Probably
that
not,
happened.
because Wes Craven was like, "Y'all need to stop."
He'd have been like, "This movie
Y'all
is
need to
freaking
stop.
terrible." That's what Wes Craven would have done because he made good movies. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. So they did the stupid like this. It sounds like clown music,
It is clown music.
but listen, the scores of Halloween
Or
make it seem real world, and they're
Yeah.
beautiful. But like this takes you out of like this could be real and puts you into this is a stupid thing I'm watching. It brings you right out of the experience.
it did.
Bad. It's just bad. And so they clearly didn't look too freaking well
But when
because she goes back inside.
and Mike Myers is in the closet.
Well, no, she's like kind of walking around the house, and she walks into this room looking picture.
Bloodied.
Yeah, and he
Like
turns
blood.
around, and Michael Myers is right there with a pair of scissors and stabs Rachel.
And that's it.
Main girl, besides Jamie, in part 4, they kill in the first like 10
But
minutes. of
she
this film.
carried 4. She carried
Yes,
4.
she
There's a
was
lot
the
of good
best part
actors.
about
She was
4.
the best part of 4. She carried 4. And like it wasn't even like that they killed her. It was how they killed her, how
Yes,
soon they
She
killed her.
like,
It was like they just like he stabbed her and then it disappeared. There was no
and
even
they
like
never
it
mention
wasn't even
her.
a struggle. It wasn't even a struggle.
No. She
Like-
goes and gets stabbed.
Rachel would have struggled. She would
Right.
it was
Rachel in
it
the
was-
last movie.
Well, first of all, let's get back to so they were originally gonna write that was supposed to be Tina, and Jamie was supposed to have the role of Tina in this entire movie.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Supposed to have the role.
Rachel, sorry.
Ellie Cornell was supposed to be
Ellie Cornell was supposed to have
in
Tina
Tina's place.
in Tina's
Which
place,
makes
and
more
Tina
sense.
makes perfect sense. But the writers were like, well, that's too much of a character jump.
For her to be part of
Too much of a character jump. You just killed off the main character to replace her with some
Yeah.
corny character.
It's a big character jump when you die.
and then you
Reason.
you throw somebody in the shoes like you don't even have any connection for
Yeah.
Tina and
No
Jamie
one gives
at
a
all.
fuck about Tina. Let's
Nobody.
put that out there right now. I don't. So, but no, it's so stupid because look, Rachel in part 4, like any like when she just
Like, she
kind of
was
saw
Billy
Michael,
Badass.
sprinted, gone.
She was a badass.
She was never around any danger. Why would she go back in this house? The Rachel in part 4 had been like, no, I'm gonna find Jamie. I'm gonna
Mhm.
go talk to Jamie for a while. I don't need to be here.
right. But at that, she was also getting changed. Like she was naked, dude. She had to go get dressed.
Okay, go get. If she went and got clothes and walked back out, Michael wouldn't have got her. It's the fact that she had to wander around the house after getting
I don't know,
dressed.
dude. I can't.
It's really
I just
stupid.
don't understand why they would have like they did. They should have just left it the way it was.
It's all stupid. And so Jamie has his friend he stutters a lot.
Billy.
Billy, yeah. But it's kind of hard to watch these scenes sometimes because like they're cute together, like Billy and Jamie. They're cute, but like he stutters and she barely talks. So their dialogue scenes are
Weak.
weird
It's weak.
because there's nothing there. He's like Jamie?
Jamie.
and then she's like nothing.
I love you, Jamie.
It was just so weird, dude. It was so weird. Like again, they were cute together. If he could have just talked normally, that would have probably been okay.
Well, wasn't it right after this that Jamie started speaking again?
No,
No, it was after.
it's way later, right
Way.
before Tina's about to leave. She goes, Tina.
No, she goes after the cops bring Tina back because she had the.
Yeah, and then she goes to leave to the party.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get her not to go. And she's like, Tina? Yeah, that's later. That's like halfway through the film. Well, probably a little over half, actually. We get a lot of non-talking. I watched this thing this is like my 13th time watching this film. I've seen this film a lot.
I have not, and I'm okay with it.
I wish I wouldn't have seen, but when I watch 4, I always watch this one because this one does kind of
You
like
kind of
follow
have
right
to,
up.
in a sense.
Even though I don't like it, I wish there was a world where just 4 happened.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it has to be fine because it exists.
Nothing you can do about it now.
Okay, and then we get the return of Sheriff Meeker.
Which I liked.
Well, he's so it's almost like his daughter didn't die last year. Like he's so just like ignorant of that Michael Myers could be back. Dude, he came back last time and killed your whole police force.
The entire police force.
So why is it such a crazy idea that he might not have died the last time when he was supposed to have burned alive in a hospital?
I don't.
Like, why are you so resistant of this?
Because he's scared.
And then we get Loomis again talking about the damn eyes. Right? Basically, it was these Halloween 5 writers like, well, it's a really good monologue when he was talking about the eyes of evil. Let's do that, but
let's do that again.
Drag it on for a little longer. You didn't see his eyes. I saw his eyes.
11 years now, Sheriff.
Where does he say? So many years trying to reach him, and the other years trying to keep him locked away.
Like 11 years trying to reach him. Yeah.
No, that would have been like 11 and 4.
Like that.
He's only there for 15 years.
So
he's like, I spent
7.
like 7 years trying to reach him, and 8 years trying to keep him locked away. He's pure evil, like he goes on and on.
And it's unnecessary in a sense.
And so Tina and another stupid friend named Sam, they go to Rachel's house, which we find it's just Rachel's house. Nobody else lives there.
Yeah.
Roommates, because Tina knew where the spare key was, but no, she's just
breaking it in.
I mean, granted, she's like a good friend.
Yeah, she's going
I think she was bringing groceries over too.
Yeah,
she had a bag full of shit. But still, they clearly find out she's not home. Well, she's dead.
Well,
but they don't know
Max
that part.
Is gone too.
Yeah. And they're just strutting around in there. And I'm like, get out of the house if she ain't in there. Like, why are you still there? I don't stay in people's houses when they're not there.
It's a movie.
True.
They do what they want.
But there was a nice little clown doll in the bed. I'm like, because clowns with Jamie and Michael.
Yeah.
And there's a clown doll in the bed. I thought that was kind of a little thing.
Touch.
That was a tiny detail I liked about this movie. I wrote here, these friends suck. I hate these friends. I hate Tina. I hate Sammy.
Teenagers,
yeah.
And Mikey, or Mike, or whatever.
And so it's like Tina and Sammy are having this really stupid teenage girl conversation, and it's intercut with like Jamie doing weird shit. So
what's she doing?
I think she's drawing.
Yeah, up on the wall and something like that.
Yeah.
Right? And then Billy's like, Jamie?
Yeah. And it's a weird scene.
It is.
Intercut with stupid dialogue. There's no redeeming value about that 3 minutes.
No, not at all. There's no redeeming value.
There's a couple. I can pick a couple of things. Even Halloween 6, which I vehemently hate. I watched yesterday, and there was a couple of things I liked. Even the shittiest fucking movie can have a couple of redeeming values. You just have to really look for them.
Yeah, you must.
You have to dig through the shit to try to find something. So then we meet Tina's boyfriend named Michael.
Mikey.
And he looks like he's straight out of Grease. Not that he's a greaser or a badass. He looks like he's straight out of John Travolta.
He looks like a Fonz wannabe.
No, he looks like a T-Bird. He's a
wannabe.
corny greaser.
He is.
And he does the corny greaser thing if he just cares about his car. Which is a
78.
I think it was like a 68. Well, it says it in the trivia. It's like a Chevrolet Camaro. It's Camaro. It's a very nice looking car. But I hate when people obsess over their cars.
I'm telling Rich.
Tell Rich. Rich Tibbs, if you're watching this podcast, that's directed to you. He will be watching this podcast, actually. I told him where to find it. So Richard Tibbs is part of our audience. He's gonna. I'm gonna call him. So then we get this Jamie Mute thing really starts to piss me off here in the middle because like she's the only one who can say anything. It really pisses Loomis off.
Yeah. He's like, speak. Why are you protecting him? And I'm like, I don't think she's protecting him.
He like grabs and starts shaking her. And he's like, why are you protecting him?
I don't think she's protecting him though.
Yeah, it's not like
literally think she's afraid.
Yeah.
Terrified.
Like, it's not like she's trying to save him. Like, it is really odd.
I don't really think she even realizes what she's seeing in a sense.
No, I think she's just scared. She
sees like bits
12.
and pieces of it. She sees bits and pieces and
Yeah.
she's like, oh shit.
He made you
Loomis.
stab your mother.
See, that's the second time.
It's just, oh man. And like Jamie is great. And it's here where Jamie wanders to the front door and Michael appears and he chases her downstairs. And I'm like, where the hell is the rest of the people in this hospital?
Nobody's in this building.
But they were just in there.
They were.
Like Loomis, the doctor, Billy has to be here somewhere. There's like a ton of people who are just gone.
She runs down in the basement.
She does, which is a bad choice.
Which is creepy. And it's like a weird little basement.
She falls downstairs first.
Yeah.
Like she falls down the steps and then she goes to the basement, which is like a stripped basement. A 1967 Chevrolet Camaro. That is what he is driving. But yeah, so he chases her down to the basement. And then this cuts with the Man in Black showing up.
Which again is completely and totally unnecessary.
Yep.
This guy shows up in the middle of the movie and does nothing.
And the writers didn't even know what he's doing.
You see the same tattoo.
That is Michael's wrist, which they don't know what that tattoo means, but they have them. And they don't know who this guy is. And this guy is actually played by Don Shanks.
Yeah, the director.
No, by Don Shanks.
Oh, it was the director.
He did some stand-in shit for it. But like Don Shanks is the main guy. The guy who plays Michael is also the Man in Black. Because at one point they were gonna say that he was related to Michael.
The only good thing about the Man in Black is that it is a nod to the original Man in Black, Johnny Cash. It's the only thing good about it. Outside of that,
he kicks the dog for absolutely no reason, just to be like, "I'm the bad guy." We'll pay him. That's it.
There for a minute though, I'm like, "Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy?"
And then he kicked the dog, and you were like, "Oh,
you're a dick."
So that was written for DJ because it quickly answered his question. And then we get Loomis is like obsessed with getting Michael back to the Myers house, which this is not the fucking Myers house.
Not even close. Which I get that like you can't find the
house they couldn't
same
get.
House. You couldn't use that same house, but you gotta find a house that's similar. You just kind
Right.
of completely.
They got a
different house.
mansion.
Literally,
It has like all this open circular
well, they
space.
did that for the shots because they wanted all the shots.
like the wide shots.
Yes,
But
they wanted
still,
the wide shots, and I'm like,
It
no,
doesn't look. It's not like we're not going to notice that. Like,
I
okay,
definitely
if they
noticed
just they got a normal house with like a normal staircase and a living room, like where he killed Rachel. If they'd have got that house as the Myers house, hey, that'd have been kind of close. I mean, we would notice it was different, but it wouldn't be so much different that we get pissed off.
right.
This pisses me off.
Yeah,
Why the fuck are we playing this? Like, they'll be like, whoa, we couldn't get the right place. Well, then don't put it in the script. You took out all the shit I would like.
but don't even show. Just like show little rooms. Like I mean,
Yeah, why do you have to show a big wide? Why do you need a big wide shot? I don't understand why.
because that was the big hit thing, probably. I don't know.
We got to get a wide shot of this shitty mansion that people are.
It was a pretty shitty mansion.
It was, man.
I've seen better.
Have you?
Hey, I've seen my fair share.
You've been in a mansion? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Let's see. Let's flip the script. But yeah, that one really pissed me off. Lewis tries to use a light switch in this house too. Why
I
the
didn't
hell with the
notice that.
electricity? Yeah, he goes.
Oh yeah,
because you
did
said.
notice
I think
that.
it was you who
Yeah,
said
I
it.
did.
Because he goes to flip on the lights, and we're both like, "Duh, they don't work. This house has been empty for years."
Like more than years. Because if this is the Myers house, it's been empty for like almost 30, right?
Yeah, close.
30 years.
Like 26 years. Yeah, right around 30. So why the fuck would the electricity be on?
Loomis is nutso, bro. So in this one.
Okay, and then
I don't even
we get Michael in his car. And he's doing that rag
Mikey.
wipe
You got
thing. Mikey.
Mike, whatever. The Tina's boyfriend.
We're gonna say Mikey.
We're gonna say Mikey. It's a douchebag name.
It sure is. Except when it's a turtle.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't count.
Just saying, if it's a turtle, we love that name.
Yeah, Michael. So
And so then we meet the other boy, Sammy's
I
boyfriend.
can't remember his name with the life of me.
Spitz, I think is his like
That's
nickname.
terrible, but okay.
So Spitz and
Are you
Mikey.
sure it's not Spence, like Spencer?
No, I think it said
Okay.
Spitz.
I'll pay for it.
I thought it was Spitz.
No, I'll take your word for it.
But I think it was Spitz. Like his name is Spencer, but I think they call him Spitz.
Okay.
Can you confirm?
I'm looking. Spitz.
It's Spitz.
So dumb.
So dumb.
So dumb.
Spitz and Mikey are stealing beer because I think
Well,
Spitz works at the
Spitz
liquor store.
works- I don't even think it's a,
Probably-
just a
probably
general
good-
store,
yeah,
or
good
drug
general
store, or
that has
whatever.
beer.
And he's like, and Mikey's like, how many can you get? He's like, I can get 6. You can pick them up out the back, but do it fast because they're gonna get caught. And I'm like, well, you're an idiot. So
So he goes back in the store and leaves Mikey in his car, and Michael shows up and takes like what is it like what are those small rakes called?
oh, like the little garden.
Garden rake.
I don't know what it is. Claw. It's a claw.
He takes that and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he puts it on the car and just
It just reeks it across the trunk.
to be a
That
dick.
hurt. That hurt. Like that hurt me.
And then the dude goes over to try to fuck up Michael. Mike grabs him by the throat, takes the claw thing, and puts
Shoves it
through
in his
head.
face.
Which is, I was glad. I was like,
Yeah. I
yes,
was like,
thank
that guy, he
you.
deserves that. I was not mad about
Wait,
that.
when that scene came on, like, please kill this guy. And then Michael showed up, like, oh, we are killing this
Yeah.
guy.
But,
Yeah.
like, fast.
Because you were thinking you were going to have to deal with him for a while.
No, because I actually like what they did here. Like I thought this was pretty.
Yeah, like
good.
later when we get
Yeah.
into that, it was kind of clever.
I liked it.
Especially since he has the same name.
So yeah, and he
So we get more Jamie and Billy stuff, which I put in my notes here. Billy's sweet, but very fucking distracting.
distracting.
Like his character really takes away from what's happening. Like there's all that serious shit. He's just like, "Hey, Jamie, let's have a cute little run." They remind me of the couple from My Girl, except instead of bees, it's a car.
It's a car.
Yes, we'll get to that too. Which, spoiler alert, Halloween 6, no explosions.
I'm disappointed.
We break the explosion chain.
I'm disappointed.
Halloween 7.
I've never seen it. So
The Halloween 6 and no explosions. Just some really shitty acting. It's the explosion of a franchise.
that's all we need.
um,
No, this is the explosion franchise.
I wrote, I hate his boots. I don't know whose boots I'm talking about.
Cowboys, probably.
Cowboy.
Black Man in Black.
Oh yes, I hate his boots because they jingle when he walks.
He's Cowboy.
It's
Spurs.
if you're not Clint Eastwood, don't you wear those fucking boots?
Dude, I'm gonna wear those boots.
I'm gonna say so many names to you. I'm gonna degrade you.
All right, Duke.
Technically, I would be Bo Duke if you're gonna say specific which
Just
Duke
call you
boy
Duke.
I am.
You're not even a Duke boy.
I'm Bo.
You're neither. You're one of the hillbillies they rob.
So we do this thing where she gets in the car that Michael's driving, and he's wearing the mask that Mikey
The
was
mask
supposed
that,
to wear,
yeah,
which I'm not sure what it's supposed
it was.
to be.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. It was originally supposed to
Ronald
be
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan mask.
Yes, but I don't know what the hell it is now. It's like some weird like
a
soldier.
grandpa.
It kind of looks like a stereotypical soldier guy face.
I thought it looked like a grandpa.
Could have
Like,
been.
like a
Has a strong jawline.
creepy grandpa mask.
Yeah, and so she's talking to him like he's
And
Mikey.
she's like the silent treatment. Okay, and
My
she keeps kissing him.
What I like though is that when she kisses him, he's like
Gripping the
it's like he
steering wheel.
wants to kill her,
Like, I want to kill you,
but he knows
now.
he can't draw attention to himself. And I'm just like, same, Michael. That's how I feel every time she's in a scene.
Like,
just
he
like-
wanted to kill her really bad because I thought he was about to rip the steering wheel off and
Yeah,
shove
he-
it through her face.
Because he has gloves on and they're like stretching because he's like.
It's pretty rough.
So I liked that.
It was.
Um,
I like this whole scene. Like, I thought it was pretty. Like,
Jane,
whole
what's like?
fallout, and
yeah.
like they're at the little, like, I don't even know if
It's like a costume party which-
competition type thing
for the
and
people in the home. And she's on the top of the staircase and she just freaks the fuck out. She just starts screaming and flailing over the staircase and shit. And Billy's like, what do I do?
Billy's clueless.
Yeah, because
Jamie.
hey, Amy. Like, no wonder why Loomis is so done with these people.
Loomis probably just wants to die at this point.
Quit stuttering. You start speaking. Like, I would be mad if I had to deal with that. I'd be done.
Done.
Like, okay. Tina has no sense of danger here. Like, obviously, her boyfriend would have said something by now.
Maybe,
With how much nagging.
maybe this was
she
a regular thing for them because he seems like such a big. He didn't really have much lines in the
Yes.
first place.
She goes, I need cigarettes. Pull over here. And he speeds up because he's like, fuck you. I'm not stopping for your cigarettes. And she's like, let me
I said stop the car.
And he slams the brakes.
And throws it in reverse.
And then she gets out. And
Gets
then,
out, goes in, buys cigarettes, and then by this point,
then we cut back to Loomis and Jamie.
the time.
And he's just trying to
The
get.
time. Like, I mean, I feel like the time frame for all this is so jacked. Because how long does
Does it take to buy
I
cigarettes?
used to smoke. All right, I used to smoke. I'd go in, buy a pack of cigarettes, and be out in like 2 minutes.
She's in there for like 20
Pack of
minutes.
Marlboro Light. She's in there for like 20 minutes or something. Because Jamie's over here having seizures and shit.
And Loomis is like,
And they're like,
they
"Tell
play
me
a
what
game-
you
they
see."
play a game of charades.
They do, and
She's
they're like, "Cookies."
No, because Jamie goes, cookie. And then Billy goes,
Billy's like,
cookie. And then Loomis is like, cookie? What is
What
cookie?
about a cookie?
Okay.
Are they at a bakery? No.
And then Jamie's like, lady. And then Billy's like, she said lady.
Oh, Billy, you literally said what she said in
And
the
then
exact same manner.
Loomis turns to the sheriff. He's like, cookie lady? What does cookie
What
lady
does this
mean?
mean?
Oh my
And there, well,
God.
there's a big old cookie. There's a big lady
There's a
with
woman with
cookie
cookie
over
tits.
the tits, and it's like, first of all, that's some
That's a weird
advertisement for you. I mean, come on, like, first of all, this is a family town. This is a family town, people, and you got this naked lady with
This
cookies
belongs
in front
at
of her
Rob
boobs.
Zombie's Halloween.
This is a Rob Zombie moment. I mean, you got cookie boobs over here. Like, that would have been my description if I was Jamie. But then
Brings a
cookie
whole-
boobs, cookie boobs.
brings a whole new meaning to sugar tits. Brings a whole new meaning to sugar tits.
Oh my god.
Dude, fucking, I still can't get over the
cookie.
She said like, Loomis is just like, oh, what does
Lu-
cookie lady mean?
At this point, I know why Loomis was ready to sacrifice Jamie Lynn. Like, all right,
Because he's like,
take her.
You try
Take
to
her.
understand her. Take
I
her.
don't know what she
Take
wants
Billy
anymore.
too.
We tried. So they do
Oh,
that.
God.
They got the whole thing, and then they're like, for
So
so apparently this cookie lady is very famous because
every
what is
cop,
every cop's like it's so is drugstore.
but that, you would know where that
Oh, yeah.
was. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
know where that sign
I
was.
would know.
Especially if we
Frankly,
drive
yeah,
past,
you
it,
know.
like that's the
That's the cookie
cookies
tits.
lady. Yeah,
Cookie boobs.
yeah. There we go.
Let's go to Cookie Boob store, ma.
So every cop in town pulls in here, and Michael goes.
And like Tina's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like for the stutter twins over here to get Cookie out,
cookie lady.
That took 20 minutes. So I mean,
big cookie lady because they go big.
it's all like 100 cops just pull up, and then
And Tina's pissed off. She's like,
it's
"What?
like,
what are
are
you
you
doing?
doing?
Ungrateful
Dude.
bitch! They just saved your life."
Which at this point, no, I don't really think anybody's sure.
Which
Nobody's have been
cops
found
in
yet.
Haddonfield, you didn't have to save her.
You did. But
You didn't.
No,
No,
they're cops. They have to.
they don't have to serve and protect that one.
They have
They
to.
can go right over that one.
No,
To the next one.
they have
They
to.
should have served and protect
They-
Rachel by checking that house because he was in there the whole fucking time. They
They-
ain't find him.
They're
Because Dumb and Dumber cop was like, "Wah, wah, wah. Well, there's no one in the hallway. We're going back outside."
Did you check that closet? Who hides in a closet?
What is this, a horror movie? Wah, 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 wah. Fuck them. I'm so tired.
Another grateful moment.
So
They drag Tina back to the
Back to
what
where-
is it? It's not a hospital. What is it? It's like a
kinda like
they say
a
it,
mental
but they said it.
institution.
Yeah, they said it like 10 times. Back to the institution, I think it was that they were calling it.
It's like
I
a
can't
mental
remember.
institution. I guess Billy's problem is he can't stop stuttering. He pisses off his parents. I think that's what that is.
Yeah, probably. But we'll leave
What do you want for
leave-
lunch,
leave
Billy?
this
A sandwich. That would piss me off.
I hope your kids stutter.
I actually used to have a bad stutter when I was
I
2.
still do.
But that's when I was 2, not however the hell old Billy is.
Don't have a stutter at 2. You barely talk at 2.
I started talking at 1.
Not very good if you have a stutter.
At least I was talking. He does.
Okay, we're not.
We're just talking about DJ's kid for the next 20 minutes.
So where are we at?
We are at. Okay, so
They drag
Jamie
Tina.
says her first words where she goes,
Like they. This is what I was talking about.
Like her
it's-
actual
It's not
first.
when. It's not when Tina's not leaving. This is when Tina walks in and she's like.
Tina. And then she's like,
She's
I
like-
love it.
She's like, say it again, Tina. Like the second time was like perfect, and I'm like, well, okay, whatever. And then she's like, oh yeah.
and she's like,
And
oh,
I'm
that's
like-
great. I got to go to this
And
party
I'm like,
now."
what about Rachel? What about her, Jamie? Are you not asking questions? Because you got people dying over here. You're seeing shit, and you're not saying, hey, where's Rachel? No, nothing. Anybody? No.
Jamie,
Okay.
where is Rachel? Cookie. She said cookie. I'm done with this.
Billy.
I don't care.
Michael, take Billy, please.
Have him, Michael.
Have him.
Please. Michael, end it all.
End it now.
Kill me. Takes knife, like, kill me.
At this point, I'm surprised Loomis just didn't like, all right, you know what? Bye, Haddonfield. I'm out. You're on your own.
Like, I've
I
saved
give
you
up.
too many times.
You guys are a bunch of morons. I can't do this anymore.
I'm tired
too old
of
for
this.
this
I
shit.
thought I'd be dead by now, but I'm not.
You
So-
should have been. He was dead.
The hospital should have killed me. Jamie, great that you had this experience, but I gotta go to this party.
Thanks for saving me, but I don't know that you saved me, but I have some sort of feeling, I'm assuming. I'm just going to go to this party with my bunch of friends where,
and
teenagers
she's just
always
totally
die.
nonchalant. Jamie's like, no, Tina. And she's like, I'll be fine. Tina, you're good. Tina, see ya. Like, I'm like, God damn it, Tina.
This is why you yelled Rachel.
This is why I don't like Tina.
And Tina's a dumbass.
And then Loomis is like, please, just
All the college kids in this one are idiots. Let's
Well,
be frank.
Loomis is like, please don't go out there. Come on, like be sensible. And she's like, what do you want from me? To not die? Clearly. Like,
It's more or less, I
think
want
I
you to
wrote
stay
down-
with
I
Jamie.
think I wrote down what he says. I don't know if I did or not.
It's like, I don't care about you per se.
No, I
but
didn't write it down what he says.
Jamie is worried about you.
Basically,
so-
that's what he
And
said.
she wants you here.
Like for Jamie's sake.
Because
say
also
it.
she's scared. So why don't you stay here? Be a good
But,
adult
no.
citizen.
Nope, she doesn't do that.
Which, in this sense, I wouldn't be so mad if it was Rachel, because Rachel will be like, "Look, Doc, I've done enough. I've done enough."
Then we cut, and you think we're gonna cut to some good movie, and we get the 2 cops in their patrol car. Like they're playing
Well-
cards.
Well, no, then because they're like, "Go out, stop her," and they're like, "For what? We can't arrest her."
Oh,
It's like, well,
that.
can you at least?
that.
They're like, "What do you want us to stop her for?" Like, so she doesn't die, you idiots.
Yes, he says that. No, he says,
Or
if that
if
girl
that girl dies, the
dies-
blood's on your hands.
yes.
And he's like, can you at least follow her? And they're like, I guess. Like they don't even want to. It's like, want.
Yeah, they played more stupid fucking music.
And then so they get in the
And
cars.
immediately Jamie's
Or-
like, I gotta go find Tina. So Jamie leaves the institution, which why is nobody watching this girl? Like she leaves and it takes a while.
Well, Billy is like, oh, I'll know.
And Billy's like, I'm going
Tina's
with you.
like, or Jamie's like, I gotta find Tina. And Billy is like, I know where he's at.
Which why does Billy know where she's at?
Because he's a nosy little bastard.
Like, really? How did he get this information? Like
He
how-
was obviously standing around outside.
even if he knew she was going to a party, how the fuck did he know where the house was?
Because she told the sheriffs, like Aaron, he's outside listening, eavesdropping. Told the sheriffs or deputies or whatever.
So then we get the two cops and they're playing cards. I think what is it they play? Great.
Crazy Eights, yeah, that's what it is.
And then Michael drives up in mask, not in the stupid mask, in his mask.
Yeah.
And he does like this weird, like angry drive-by thing. And they're like, huh.
Yeah.
Stupid kids.
Like,
What?
I mean, I can probably understand not seeing
But he's
the mask.
What?
Maybe it's
That's
so
weird
far away and it's
behavior.
dark.
cops don't just ignore that shit.
They're at a college party.
That's
I
weird
mean,
though.
I get it,
at
but
least
those
go
cops
check that
those
shit
cops
out.
are idiots in the first place.
I
mean,
know. But
I think a smart cop probably would have been like, let that slide.
maybe at least watched it more closely.
Like, yeah, I probably would have like watched where he was going or
And
something.
then, okay, here. The cops and Sammy and Tina distastefully are running, screaming, and Michael Myers is coming up. And then she's like, no, take my friend. She's a virgin. Can I get her phone number? And it's
And
fucking
it
spits.
And at
in
this
a
point, the
Myers
cops
outfit.
have got their guns drawn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first of all,
Why are you still doing this prank if their guns are out?
if I'm the cop, I'm not hesitating.
I'm shooting.
I'm shooting. You're wearing a Michael Myers mask. You got a knife. Got two girls screaming.
Or
that was
we're getting
extremely
another
idiotic.
one of our cop friends to ram his car into a van and have it explode. That's how you take care of a kid in
That's how
Michael
you take
Myers
care
outfit.
of it.
Or an army of rednecks shoot the shit out of him.
Let's go with
The van explosion's
That's
funny.
best.
But no, like there's like, and he takes off his mask and he goes, ah!
Bumbling buffoons.
Oh my God.
so stupid. So they get and then
And
it's
they
like
run into an old barn and they do that stupid thing where they run and he's like, ah! But why are you going into a barn full of sharp objects to murder you with? There's no sense in this fucking town.
but nobody knows it's still alive.
This shit happened a year ago, though. That's distasteful as fuck. At least in the last movie, I can kind of get it. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, I get.
This has been 1 year. That's fucked up, man. Maybe like someone dressing up as the person who bombed the Ariana Grande concert this year, which is a little bit of a less iconic look, but you know,
Yeah.
it's a little distasteful. Just a little bit. And we get this cat scare. I'm like,
Cute little
oh,
kittens.
cute
I don't
cats.
even like cats, but they were cute little
Those
kittens.
were cute. I liked the cute kittens.
Got a little
in this
dirty
movie.
later.
Yeah. But no, I liked the cute kittens.
cute
That
kittens
is
was
a
a nice
that is
touch.
a high point of this.
It was a
film.
cat scare, just like all the other.
Oh, it's a horror play. There's a cat jump scare. That I don't fault this movie for that.
No. I mean, it's not even like it's a cliche, but it's not a bad thing.
No, it's just like hey, noise. Here I just wrote Spencer and Samantha suck. I hate both of them so much.
Like Sam, like I don't even like she to me
He has no
it's
character.
none. Like she was.
Neither does
just
he
so-
really though. He just showed up randomly.
I don't even know if it was just her bad acting or if that's this like you act this way, but you're not acting like it
So,
was. She was
They fuck.
Or I don't.
Well,
are.
they
I
proceed
don't
to
even
try
know
to
what's-
fuck.
I don't even know what's going on there.
Really hard to tell. And so Michael comes up with a pitchfork because he's in a barn and goes right, which they wandered into, goes right through Spencer's back. There's a blah, and he falls over and dies. And then we get this really Yeah, where she runs up and he has like I call it a sickle,
It's a scythe.
but it's a scythe, but they call it like a farm. It's a
Yeah.
farm tool name for that.
Scythe.
Well, I think it's like a like
Sickle
a
is a
sheath,
smaller one.
like a sheath or there's a name
Like
for
a
it.
scythe.
It's not called a scythe in farming.
It's on the Russian flag,
Well, he's got the long one,
which is a scythe.
but he has a handle. We'll get back to this after the podcast because I know there's a name to it. Anyway, and he gets her and it splatters blood everywhere. And those 2 deaths were fun. Those were fun deaths.
That was fun, but then you got to think.
But also,
So
I don't
Sam
like when they
just
just
got-
cut to him and it's blood splatter. I would like to have seen the actual.
But then it's like, so stabs Sam or spits with the pitchfork. Sam just kind of lollygags there for a second because, Michael had to stop and pick up the scythe.
She totally
That
could have
was
gotten out
more
of
than
there.
enough time to run away.
She could have at least gotten a little farther.
But
before
she
he
was
killed her.
just kind of just like, she stood there
She was content with death.
and screaming. And I'm like, you're not getting anything done right now. There you are. You're dead.
Pretty much. That's
And-
what happened.
But they were good deaths. I was not mad because they were both annoying.
And creative.
Yeah.
We don't see a pitchfork. I don't believe, and we definitely don't see a scythe.
Freddie,
used.
you see it? Not Freddie. Jason.
Well, no, I'm talking about in Halloween.
Oh, no.
We don't see either of these weapons used again. So hey,
No.
it was fun. That's probably the only reason they
Nice.
went in the barn in the first place.
Well, yeah.
Then Tina finds a bloody cat
Bloody kitty.
and the bodies of Sam and Spencer.
Like they roll on top of her.
Yeah, which is odd that they're just rigged to roll.
Yeah. Bad hygiene job.
They're really bad. Also, side note, well, she's talking to a guy in the house where she comes outside, and it's this guy who's dressed up like a wolf.
Yeah.
Super rapey vibe from that dude. Like, I'm kind of glad she got out of there. She was safer out there.
you want
She's
her
safer.
to die?
No, she's safer out there with the serial killer than she is inside with Roofie Wolf Man. I'd rather her get murdered than raped. Personally, me would rather Tina.
I'm not
die.
touching on that subject.
Just saying.
That's
I hate Tina, but I don't want her in there with that dude. So I wrote bloody kitty
bloody
in my
kitty.
notes. Cute cat though. Like someone wiped the blood off that kitten and give it a home.
They got homes.
Did they?
They did.
I'd like to think they weren't taken out back right after the scene shot. That would really put a damp on things.
So after Tina finds the bodies, she runs out, goes up to the cop car, and she's like,
Where they're dead.
and they're dead.
Because earlier we saw Michael walk up to them like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're gonna hurt somebody with that thing."
Yeah, because they think it's Spitz
which
again.
I understand that they think
that
it's
was
him
understandable.
because he just walked in there in that costume. So okay, I get that. Right before their death, they weren't that stupid.
No.
Which they should have had their guns
well, I mean,
drawn.
they were still stupid.
They were stupid for not having their guns drawn. Then we get a chase with a car
Yeah, because
Michael gets in the Camaro.
the Camaro. So Tina's running away, and then Michael gets in the Camaro, and Jamie and Billy show up, and they're yelling for Tina in a non-stuttering way, and she's like,
Well, yeah. Hey, Ida, Tina. Like that would be. She said, Tina. Like that would be a super stupid scene. I'm glad they didn't do that.
I mean, I would not have been surprised if that
No,
would have happened.
But I'm glad they didn't.
I kind of wish they put her.
She said, Tina.
They're driving, and then he's
Loomis is
he's chasing Tina through the woods
In a car.
in a car.
Which is weird. Why is he in the car? In no movies before or after do we see him just drive after people. It's lazy and it's not his style. He'd
I have
rather
no
just
answer to
walk
this.
and catch up to them.
Yeah, I don't got nothing on that. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, first of all,
I'd rather that cliche than whatever the fuck this was.
I feel like my was too smart. And I feel
Supposed to
like driving through woods
Trees.
and like
And patches
a
and
shit ton
bushes
of trees
is not good.
is not smart because of what we happened to you. Which
Well,
was
hold on, we're not
sad.
there yet. So Jamie, Billy, and they're all in this car. Billy cannot keep up speed.
Oh,
And Michael about hits Billy and then doesn't because he's after Tina and Rachel. Tina and Jamie. What? What popped up?
connection error. It's cool. It's gone.
Oh, it must have been for a second. We're still streaming. I'm just stoked this fucking worked.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what we're supposed to be talking about here. I wrote, quit screaming. Tina is just like screaming. But like, it is, but like, Norma, this is a tree farm. Oh God.
So they
Yes, and then they were like, yeah, that's too
it's
dark.
really gruesome.
Which-
Because they were gonna have like if they would have let it be,
Because he would have run him
Billy
over
would have got smoked
by a car.
like hard.
And and we see a kid get his head run over in a Toxic Avenger. That's a rough scene. Like a 12, 13 gets his head run over. That's rough. So
Against it,
which I'm glad.
Probably good.
I'm
Probably
glad.
for the
I don't
better.
like seeing kids get killed.
You're
Movies.
not Billy. You know what I could
And he screamed no. And he said no.
have done before.
So yeah, that been a really shitty death. No. Like Michael's like tired of stutter shit. Then Michael crashes and blows up. So we get another car explosion. Like he hits and it blows up.
Does he get out of it or not? I don't think it blew up immediately, did it?
I think it took some time.
Yeah, I think he got out before it blows up.
Michael gets out of the car like a machine because Jamie looks up. He's like, ah!
At this point, he's a freaking robot.
And then Tina jumps in front of Jamie and Michael stabs her.
Which was probably the only reason that I like Tina. She
But
sacrificed her.
If that would have
If
been
that would have, I
Rachel,
know
I'd have been okay with Rachel dying there because I'd be like, yes,
That
she
would have been-
fulfilled.
that would have been.
It wasn't her
understandable.
being stupid that she died. It was her protecting her
Sacrifices.
sister. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
But no, they
it
decided
made- it
to take a
made
weird
so-
way.
Like it would have made this movie would have been good had that have been the storyline.
Yeah.
Good. Just
Yeah.
good. Like, but since it's all
Tolerable.
that they ruined it, man.
They really did.
It's
I totally agree. Oh, boy.
sad.
But Loomis randomly shows up again. Every time, he just randomly shows up to where shit's going down. He has no idea. They're in a tree farm.
They're like, and it's just Billy and Jamie.
Yeah.
And he's like, just like, doesn't even like, pss, pss, he just grabs him from behind. It's just
I
like,
know.
I was like, dude,
They didn't want to hear that fucking stuttering.
savage.
Jamie, Billy, Loomis, she said Loomis. You're like, nope, turn around. I'm
All
done.
right, I'm out.
Yeah, so I think that's why he didn't do that.
So he grabs him.
And he starts screaming, Michael, go home. Go home, Michael.
Well, he doesn't
Michael,
do that.
go
Yeah, doesn't
home."
need to wait for the cops. Like, don't the cops come and all that?
Yeah, right
No,
after
the
that.
cops leave.
Right after that. And the cops are real sloppy here because they get a call about some disturbance. Because they all go to Michael's house to set up this
feel
trap.
how they got a call about a disturbance though.
Well, hold on. So they set up a trap at the Myers house where they got Jamie as bait. And they got one cop
In the room with her.
and they got a bunch outside. But then they're like, oh, hey, there's this call about a disturbance. We're all going to go to that
Well,
and leave you with one cop.
doesn't she see something about Billy? She sees another vision about Billy.
So stupid though, because they leave one cop. This guy killed a whole police
Well, they
force by
left two.
himself.
Because
Well-
the partner was in the car.
Oh, okay, yes, but and I think I forgot to mention this. Oh no, it's not. It's not in this movie. That happens in the last movie. So yeah, Myers rolls up in a cop car because he
hits the other cop.
Yes, hits cop car. Then Loomis just kind of starts talking to Michael when he gets in the house,
Very nonchalant, like.
just on the staircase, and Michael's just sitting there.
And he comes up like nice and like they slow and they're like talking face to face.
Yeah, like
and it's like
they're like
Michael-
me and you distance
and
apart.
It's like Michael was considering everything Loomis was saying.
He's sitting there like this.
All right, maybe you're making sense. And then
And then
then
Michael slashes him down the chest and tosses him like off the stairs.
And yet Loomis survives again.
Well, because in the fourth movie, he gets thrown out of something. It was a window.
Yeah, it was through a window.
Michael's just always like, yeah, here. The cop. We get this. Jamie's in the room, and Michael's coming through it, and he pops his head in, kind of like The Shining. It was reminiscent of The Shining. Cop isn't bad here. Starts shooting him immediately. There's no like, oh, you stop. He's just like, bam, bam, bam.
Shoots him.
And then Michael gets in there and takes the cop and hangs him out the window.
Yeah, because he's got the little rope ladder thing.
Yeah. Which Jamie climbs down.
Yeah.
And then he used it to hang the cop. That was really cool. That cop, even though he dies, was smart.
That was a good death too.
It was a good cop, good death.
Good.
So
like
that is a good part of this movie.
That was.
This whole kind of part here is actually a good part of this film. Jamie goes and hides in the laundry chute. And she falls down it because Loomis locked it at the bottom. So she smacks the bottom of it.
And is trapped.
And Michael just starts trying to stab. Well, first he tries to use his knife to jimmy it open.
And he gets it open. And she's like climbing up.
And she's climbing up, so he can't reach
So he's
her.
got his arm slashing around up it.
Can't reach her.
Can't reach her.
So he starts stabbing
through
in it. Which, hey, he's being smart here.
Yeah.
Like, Michael isn't always doing smart shit, but he's doing smart.
And again, she's luckily climbing too high for it.
And then we find another dead dog.
Max.
Yes, Max. And then
she freaks out.
Rachel's
in there.
All the bodies are in there.
There's two others.
How the fuck did he move those bodies? Like some of those bodies are new.
Yeah, well, I can't remember who else was in the room.
It's kind of odd here. Then Jamie lays in this coffin, which I think he dug up his sister again.
It was just because Loomis said something. Loomis said he dug up a 9-year-old girl's grave.
Oh, 9-year-old girl. Because Jamie's a 9-year-old girl.
Yeah.
He wanted the coffin.
Yeah, and he was like, "Why do you think he did that, Jamie? Why? Tell me,
And
why
so
are you
she
saving him?"
Lays in the coffin, and when he goes up to like kill her, she's like, "Uncle." And then she's like, "Let me see." And he takes the mask off, and he just looks at her, and she looks at him, and he cries a tear.
It was a very humanization, which at this point
I like that scene.
I do. No, I don't.
I do.
Because at this point, it's like you just humanize something that most definitely is not human.
Well, it's like this film, it's like he's not trying to kill her as much as he is just trying to find her.
No, I'm trying to
like
kill her.
that's in the commentary of the fourth one, they're saying like he's trying to just find her and get her. This one later, yeah, he's trying to kill her. But like in the fourth one especially, he never really tries to attack her. Because there's many points he's been in the same room as her and didn't.
Yeah, maybe. Much. But this one, he's definitely trying to kill her.
But then she goes to like take his hand or something. Like she reaches up for something. And he goes ape shit. Yes. And he freaks fuck out.
Puts the mask back on.
Yep. And just starts trying to kill her again.
And what does she do? She gets away.
Loomis grabs her. And he's like, kind of dragging to let Michael get close. He runs back. Mike gets close. He runs back. He's like, "Come and get her, Michael. Come and get her."
This is crazy Loomis again. Just like trying, like he's straight up sacrificing her more or less.
Pretty demented here. And then Michael gets to the right spot. A chain net falls on him, which is what they use for animals because his weight. And then he starts tranquilizing darts.
You shot him 3 times?
3 or 4. Like it was a few. Which is like probably enough to kill an elephant, is what it took to get Michael Myers down.
doesn't even get
Then
it
Loomis
done.
takes a board and just beats
Beats
the
the
fuck out of him. Like, I have gone through so much. Like, you can tell Loomis is taking out aggression.
All of his aggression over the past 30 years. All of it.
He's so mad about it. Which
He's
I would
angry.
also be that pissed too. And we even get like it's reminiscent of Friday 4, where he's like, die, 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 Michael, die. Kind of like how Tommy Jarvis at the end is like, die, die, die. I get a lot of Friday 4 references and shit. 'cause
There,
it's one of my
well,
favorites.
if you look up in the trivia, they reference all of it. Like, there's
Yeah.
the pitchfork death.
Yeah.
There's this scene that we're talking about.
Then we see Michael in jail, which is a stupid thing to do. They should have just murdered him.
They should have chopped
They
his head
should
off.
not. Yes, which we'll get there. And then the Man in Black shows back up.
Dude, I would.
Mhm.
After this, I'm never being a cop in Haddonfield. Like,
Yeah.
Haddonfield
Yeah.
might as
So
well.
Jamie hears a bunch of noises, and she walks back in, and all the cops are dead again.
Except for Meeker. Wasn't Meeker gone at this point?
Yeah, he was somewhere else. But like all the deputies, and they're all dead. And the jail cell's been blown open. Michael
Michael's
is gone, and the Man in Black is gone.
And
That's
that's
it.
That's the end.
That is the
literally,
end.
that's it, guys.
We get no explanation for another like
Who? No.
4 or 5 years.
Who's this guy?
The writers don't know
Nobody knows. And
It is
that's
all ambiguous.
that's the part that's just
until we get to Halloween 6.
irritating, because it's like, that's a terrible ending. Like, if they would have referenced what was going on with the Man in Black and the whole tattoo thing.
Well,
on
it takes
the-
so many years to get Halloween 6, so it's like really for years. It's like, what the fuck? does that mean?
Dude, I mean,
Like, maybe for, like,
was
the
not our
next year.
time. This was not our this was not our time. So I
What it was
but
like?
if I'm like, so 89 and Halloween 6.
It's like mid 90s. I think it's 96.
So 89, you go see Halloween 5, and you're like, oh.
IMDb, what year Halloween 6 came
So
out?
then, like,
I think it's like 95, 96.
it's 95.
95
So you got this 89
6
year
years
hiatus.
of nothing.
Dude, if I'm going to 89, I go see Halloween 5. I'm
confused.
like, all right, can't wait because I'm like,
Let's see what they do with Halloween
well,
6.
maybe Halloween 6 will be better, and we can find out what this man
And
in
you
black.
don't-
And you're like, wait, what happened?
Why then you don't even care?
I don't even care at this point. Like, I mean, I've lost all interest. And they waited way too long for that
Right.
separation.
They should have done this like they did with the 4th of like the next year, 1990. Done it. 'Cause maybe the Halloween 6 went through a lot of budgetary issues. They couldn't hardly get financed, which I completely understand why.
Understand.
5th one was the poorest performing at the box office in the history, in all of them. Every single
Yeah.
one of them.
Which is mind blowing considering how bad 6 is.
I don't even know if 6 was theatrically released.
I think it was.
I think it was. I think H2O was, and
all
then,
of them were.
no, Resurrection I think was straight to DVD, and Rob Zombies both were theatrical, and the new one's theatrical.
Unfortunately, the second probably was.
I'm glad that wasn't my. I almost saw it in theaters, but I didn't. And like, I'm glad this last one was my first Halloween theatrical experience because that was a good one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
All right, so DJ, last thoughts on Halloween 5.
Had completely slaughtered it and slandered this movie. If they would have just done some things differently, but they ruined it. I mean,
Yep.
way too much confusion and plot holes and just mysteries that it left unanswered, and
Badness.
bad choices. It's terrible. Definitely the worst one I've seen yet. I'd rather watch 3 than this.
My final thoughts on Halloween 5. More time should have been taken on that script.
Definitely.
It's not like Halloween 4 where they had the writer's strike coming up. They had plenty of time to make this a good film.
Yeah.
They did not. Things were rushed. Thoughts were incomplete. It has potential. There is a version of this film that could be good where you don't start the whole Thorn bullshit.
Yeah.
But they did. Halloween 5 is toward the bottom of my list. It's very unsatisfactory for me, especially considering how good some of the other of these films are This one's so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty treacherous.
Yes. So that's our Halloween 5 Binge Michael Myers podcast. Join us next week. Well, actually, 2 days from now. Join us in 2 days.
Join us next episode.
There we go. Should
We'll
have
go
said
with
that. Join us next episode for Halloween 666. That is the title.
Curse.
The Curse of
Of
Michael
Michael
Myers. Unfortunately. Again, my name is Mac Taylor,
I'm DJ.
and this is the Film Vomit Podcast.
Have a great night.
And straight.